Waiting is hard for all of us. Nobody likes to wait. We did not start out life willing to wait. Waiting has a tendency to speed up anger, doubt, or frustration in us, especially when we have to wait for important things like marriage, pregnancy, or job. Hello everyone, welcome back to Living with Lydia LWL, and I am your lovely host Lydia. Today I'll be discussing on the 5 reasons why people wait, and I'll be looking at it in the believer aspect or the Christian aspect. In scripture, to wait means to be active, to be patient, to do something very important. To wait and to be patient means to trust in God, that God is working, even though we cannot see or understand what God is doing at a particular time. This raises a question: why do we have to wait for what God has already promised us? Couldn't we name it and claim it? From the believer context, here are 5 reasons God wants us to wait on Him. The first is to rearrange our priority. Sometimes in life, we move very fast or we operate very fast, and God wants us to slow down, not to be on the fast lane. When we now find ourselves in heading towards the exit. When this happens, it is God's hand using the circumstances of life to get our full and undivided attention. Reason number 2 is to test our faith. When God tells you to wait, it doesn't give you a time limit. You may know what you're waiting for. You may know where to wait for, but God never tells you how long you should wait for. Maybe you are in a similar situation now, waiting and believing God for a particular thing. It could have taken you days, weeks, months, or years, or you don't even know it will happen or not. And you are in a position right now, maybe to walk away. But let me tell you, when God tells you to wait, it's for Him to test your faith in Him. A true believer never gives up, so keep on waiting, because there's time and season for everything. The third reason is to purify our motives. We expect great things, and great things are required from us. Our motives for things may be faulty. We may think that everything is by our ability, is by our power, we can do and undo. So God makes us to wait. Waiting makes us to realize that God is in charge, God is in control. And God makes us to understand also that we know nothing, that we should learn and trust in Him. So waiting purify our motives and make us realize that everything depends on God. The fourth reason is to increase our gratitude. The longer we wait for something, the more appreciative we become when that thing comes. God, being God, wants us to wait in order to increase our gratitude and appreciation. When God puts you in a waiting period, His answer is always surprise to us. The fifth reason is to remind us that God is God and we are not. Waiting reminds us that we are not in charge. We are out of control. That God is in charge. He is God. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. And God does things in a way that makes little sense to us. He is God. He is in charge of our lives. Finally, there are times in our lives that God wants us to wait. He says wait. God does not give us explanation or a clear picture. But at the end, He is the sovereign God. He chooses the times and places for life. Do you have any thoughts or comments about this video? You can leave your comments on the comment section, and God bless. And please don't forget, remember to subscribe.